How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I know that was highly anticipated, and I know I made a video right before it saying that I hope that they do everything right in the movie. And I've just got to say that my feelings are pretty mixed on the movie. On one side, there were certain parts of the there were certain elements of the movie that I really did like. For example, the cameos. You have Matt Pat from Game Theory that was in the movie. Another YouTuber that I'm not very familiar with, he was also in the movie as a taxi driver. And I just gotta say that it was very fun to see the fact that they were in the movie. I want to get just quick what I really enjoyed about the movie, and I'm just gonna be kind of like scaling it down because I do have quite a few complaints about the movie, and there were some that were seen before I actually saw the movie. Some that I actually talked about in the past video of things that I was really expecting. Markiplier was not in the movie. He said that he wasn't, but some people still believe that it was like an Andrew Garfield situation where he was trying to fool everyone. And at the end of the day, he wasn't in the movie due to scheduling conflicts with his movie, The Iron Lung, which I'm so excited to see. I'm like waiting for it. He's still in the editing process of that. But I'm not here to talk about Iron Lung. The movie itself is very hard to make, and I feel like a lot of people are giving it a lot of shit when they shouldn't be. With the amount of lore and the amount of story that the Five Nights at Freddy's like series has, logically you can't fit it all in one movie. And logically, even if you try to fit it all in one movie, it'll be too confusing to newer viewers, and it won't do justice to the older OGs of people that actually have been following this lore hunt since the very beginning of it. You just can't please every audience in that aspect. And I think that what they try to go for was somewhat the right idea of a movie where you dive a bit into William Afton, into Michael Schmidt. Like, I really like the idea that they added of Michael Schmidt having a brother that went missing and presumably dead, which he was dead at the end of the movie. I gave spoilers, okay? And obviously you know that because he was a kid when he disappeared, and then he's a grown adult, okay? Like, come on. But the movie itself, I like that aspect of it. I did not like and no shame to the young girl who played Abby. It's just that I didn't like her character. Her character just seemed to be fitted in there, and it was like a side of, it's not comical relief, but it's trying to like get away from the horror element, which I just didn't really like. I wanted this movie to be rated R originally. That's what I thought it was going to be. They bumped it down to PG-13, which I can understand. You have a younger audience, but you don't have to make the animatronics build a fort, and that is where the movie really loses me. At the idea that the animatronics, they were scary at the beginning. You know, Markiplier was supposed to be a security guard that dies at the beginning of the movie, which was going to be very interesting to see that happen. But then you kind of lose me when the animatronics that are supposed to be killing people and doing all this crazy shit just end up building a fort and end up befriending the security guard and Vanessa. It was just a really weird ride, and I feel like that was caused because of her presence in the movie. Not the actress, but the character that she played. And again, I have nothing against the actors. This is really just the screenwriters that try to put in a funny moment in the movie that I didn't feel landed in the overarching tone of the movie. Another thing is, I really do like the legal battle that Michael Schmidt was in, because he was trying to fight to keep his younger sister in. And at the end, like, the aunt is trying to like take her away, which the aunt ends up dying to Golden Freddy somehow. It's just one of these things where I like her presence in the movie to a certain extent. When she's in the pizzeria and everything is like, everyone is super friendly to her, I don't like it. But when Golden Freddy comes after her, I did like that part. When she's in the legal battles and not really in the pizzeria with Mike, I like that. I did not like and I like the idea that they were trying to make her like them. That was an interesting idea. It's just the fact that she was too close to the animatronics. Personally, for me, didn't do it. Another thing is that another thing that I really liked that a lot of people seem to not like was the ending. The ending, yeah, I would have rather Abby not be there just because I feel like when kids are in horror movies, it takes away from that tension. And that might just be a feeling that I have. Because obviously, in Insidious, I agree that the kid was the main focus of the movie, but it was a really good movie because the parents were trying to find their kid's consciousness despite him being in the like overworld thing. I'm gonna make a review on Insidious and those types of movies pretty soon because I recently watched Insidious and the Red Door, so that's coming soon. But what I'm saying is I liked the Five Nights at Freddy's movie to a certain extent. Like I said, there were a lot of elements of the movie that I feel could have been done better. For example, Vanessa's character. I liked Vanessa. She was like that character that knew everything but didn't want to say. And that was an interesting part to play until like the part where she reveals that she's William Afton's daughter and that she's just there to basically make the security guard die. I didn't agree with that part. Vanessa shouldn't have been that close, in my opinion. If it just would have been Mike Schmidt against Springtrap at the very end of the movie, and he's trying to balance against these animatronics, I feel like that would have been better. Another thing that I hated about the movie, and this is probably the biggest issue that I have about the movie, it is the fact that the reason why the animatronics wouldn't attack Springtrap or Spring Bonnie was because of a drawing on the wall. They had a drawing where he was holding hands and he was being all nice, all lovely, and then they just wouldn't attack him. But then as soon as Abby changes the drawing to make him be more threatening, then yes, they attack him. I feel like they could have like done that in a better way of Mike like kind of revealing the story to them, because the spirits of the kids knew what happened. They knew that the person that killed them was the man in the bunny suit, and they were the ones that were supposedly possessing the animatronics, yet they wouldn't attack the man in the yellow bunny suit. At the end, I really like the scene where where William Afton says, "I always come back." I like that. The spring lock like suit, I feel like they did the best that they could for it being PG. I would have wanted it to be R and made it seem a bit more violent in a way. Like, it is a spring lock failure. It's not just a bit of like needles to the chest and then that's it. I understand that it does seem pretty aggressive. I would have liked it to be a bit more. Just a personal thing. Another thing I did not like about the movie was Five Nights at Freddy's characterizes itself on jump scares. You think about Five Nights at Freddy's and you think randomly dying and a bear in your face and you jump back. That is what these scares were mainly composed of, and I feel like it just didn't have that tone of jump scare. You're always in this horror aspect of the movie. It constantly jumped from a funny, comical, and wholesome movie to a just really like it wanted to get down here to like a scary part, but it just wasn't able to push that barrier, and that is where I find that the movie struggled with. For me, the movie, just seeing the Five Nights at Freddy's like animatronics and stuff on the big screen, it made me very happy to see it. But I do see what a lot of people have been saying, and I do agree with some of the opinions. However, me being the fan that I am, I can't give it the highest rating that I want to just because it has the name The Five Nights at Freddy's movie. With that being said, the movie for me has a rating of like 6.8, honestly. And I'm a huge fan, and I will support the Five Nights at Freddy's name till the day that I die. And that's just it, honestly. Another thing that I want to talk about, and this might make the video way longer, it's film etiquette. When you go watch a movie, don't be that asshole, okay? I went to go watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and I know it's not the most serious movie to go watch, but you make it so unenjoyable for people when you're constantly making joke after joke after joke on your phone, trying to put Markiplier. Was that the Bite of 87 sound clip? There's something that interesting that happens in the movie, and you're just trying to make a joke, trying to make the entire theater laugh. You're not that guy. You're not funny like that. Okay? Can we please just be respectful of the fact that people actually spent money to go watch this movie, not spend money to go see you and your friends? Just like I like the fact that there were people dressed up. Don't get me wrong. That was a really cool thing. But it was a certain group of people, and I'm not saying everyone, but there's a certain group of people that just ruined the cinematic experience for me when I understand cheering, kind of like with Spider-Man No Way Home. When you see all three of the Spider-Man, you get happy. You're like, oh my god, yes. But then that's it. You're not the whole entire movie in just random parts of the movie making jokes, constantly talking. I could barely even watch the movie because I was tuning into other people's conversations because they were being so loud. If you're gonna make a comment about a movie, just kind of like whisper it to your friend or something like that. That's what I always do if I'm watching something interesting. I went to go watch this movie with my girlfriend. She did not like the movie because she was very scared the entire time. And so she was just like, in the moments where it wasn't scary, she was asking me like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? And I'd explain to her the fact, like, what was going on. Oh yeah, this was happening in the movie and stuff like that. But I'd explain it in a really low voice. And that's something that I feel like not a lot of people have. And I feel like not a lot of people have that respect and that decency that should be shown. Honestly, it's just the younger generations. Yeah, and I'm really young, but I go into the movie and I'm completely silent unless I get asked, yo, what is this movie about? And I respond in like the smallest decibels that I can, that my voice can produce for this person to understand the movie. Or I just say, ask me any question that you have later. That is the best way to do this so that the people that are in the movie aren't genuinely bothered by your presence. And so I hope that in watching this, some of the people that were talking in the movie theaters and stuff like that realize that it is just an annoying experience just to hear you just yapping the entire fucking movie. Well, yeah, with that being said, that was my thoughts on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. All in all, pretty enjoyable experience, but the next movie has to dial it up a bit. Like, come on. Like, we're expecting big things. Well, yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.